Okay, welcome to Spears. So in this video, I'm going to talk about something that's very important when it comes to business. And I am very disappointed and very disheartened the way people view business owners. And the question that I ask myself is, why a lot of people hate businessmen? It is not a philosophical question, however, it's a practical question. So we have to ask ourselves why a lot of people hate businessmen. And I've been thinking about it. And the problem that I see is, and I think I understand why they hate a lot of businessmen. Because a lot of businessmen are very dishonest. Dishonesty. Dishonest the way they conduct business. Even though the golden rule is honesty is the best policy. Okay? So honesty, the best policy should be the golden rule. But unfortunately, a lot of businessmen are very dishonest. And I'm going to give you a very practical examples. I own a computer business where I provide services to people in terms of repairing them and installing new software and all of that. And I have a competitor next to me, and they do a similar job. And the big differentiation between me and them, between my company and their company, is I'm very honest with my customers. I tend to very transparent about them, about the problem. Let's suppose a customer brings a computer and they have a specific problem. What I first do is, I'm going to determine the problem is. What's the problem? So I charge them a fee to determine the problem so that I'm not overcharging the customer. And so that I'm not misdiagnosing and then charging for something else. So what they do is, it happens several times. If the customer came in for a specific problem, they tend to misdiagnose it and then they charge the customer for that repair, and then it happens that that's not the problem in the first place. Okay? So if the customer is asking for a battery repair, and instead of diagnosing and finding out all the issues, they tend to fix something else. They overcharge the customer, and that's unfortunate. And I tend to be very transparent about my customer and telling them the problem and charging them accordingly. Okay, and I'm not going to charge them for something that they are not responsible for. And unfortunately, they overcharge the customer for misdiagnosis. Okay, and that's why my business is very different from other businesses, because I'm very honest with the way I deal with people. Okay, give them the right prices and honest prices based on the problem of the devices, instead of the charging the customer for something that they don't even need it. And that's what's happening for a lot of people. And if you take the example of mechanics, I went to the other day to a mechanic where I need to, my car needs to be checked out, and they did a diagnosis, and the guy who was just telling me I have to change all tires, even though in the diagnosis it was clear that the tires are, their condition are reasonable, I can still be able to use them for a while, but he is convincing me to buy new tires. People say upselling, okay? But you have to be honest with people, and this is how you conduct business. But unfortunately, a lot of people, they are not honest, and not only they are not honest, they are also incompetent in terms of providing the services. So, one, they have character flaw. Second, they are incompetent. And when you combine that, that's a recipe for a disaster. And I think a lot of business owners, you have the responsibility to be transparent and honest and provide an accurate and amazing service. If you cannot do that, maybe that's the wrong business to be in. You cannot be dishonest and a sleazy businessman and trying to cheat people. This is not how you conduct business. This is not how a business grows. The reason Amazon is big today is because Jeff Bezos put the customer first. And they treated the customer very honestly. That's why Amazon came to that point. Okay? For the long run, you have to be honest with people and provide a very effective service. Okay? So unfortunately, a lot of people they are unable. They are very what do you call it? Mediocre in terms of conducting the business, and then they surcharge the customers. Then everybody is by default, all the business owners are really bad. So I think the responsibility lies on the business owner to really provide goods and services that are to really make sure that they're providing good service, and honesty is part of the deal, and the transparency. Otherwise, you cannot blame the customer when they don't trust businessmen. So these are my few thoughts. If you have a different perspective, you can comment. If you are a business owner, I want to hear from you. What kind of how you conduct yourself vis-a-vis your customers, and how you deal business. What's your philosophy on the business? Thank you very much. See you in the next video. All right, so let's see what else we have.